Now, what am I doing here? Let's start properly, shall we? Now it's time for some WWE Immortals. And what am I doing on WWE Immortals? I'm trying to get that Frontiersman Rusev. And as usual, I've left it to the last minute. If we go down to the time, there's 4 hours to go. I need to be out at 5 o'clock anyway, but hopefully this won't take 4 hours. As you can see, this is just for the standard character. I've not powered on through the various levels, so I haven't gone on to expert or nightmare level. But what I have done is challenge 1 is complete. Challenge 2, I've left that one off, basically so we can collect the rewards together. So challenge 3, just power through challenge 3, 4 and 5 and collect the rewards and see what we can do. Right, let's get on. Please do let me know. Congrats to 60 Wombat for sending the 100th heart. Please do let me know in the comments if what you're seeing is working and he's coming through loud and clear as well. So I've had a few setup problems this morning, and just to top it all, we live on the edge of the city in London, and there's actually some lawns outside where we live, and there's some guys who've just turned up with some massive lawnmowers, and they're just chiseling their way through things as I tap on this screen right now. So what I could have done there is just showed you the setup here, but I'm hoping to make light work of most of this lot. As you can see, Triple H is doing his thing, and all of these characters that you have to contend with in the opening page of the Rusev challenge are fairly simple, particularly when you've geared your own cards up. If you can see the team, it's a team of silvers. Some fairly recognisable characters. Silver characters, I've actually not got as many as I expected. I'm absolutely stacked up with the bronzes and stacked up with the gold characters. And let's just have a look. So if you look at Triple H, he's got that. This WrestleMania card. This is the best gear card I've got, basically. You can see how well stocked out that is. And then he's got his own specific Triple H Golden Crown card, which gives him some extra bits and pieces. Oh, there's people following me as well. I should have turned notifications off. Something else to note for future reference. Turn the notifications off. And then basically just got to have any bronze or silver characters in this particular battle. So this is fairly straightforward stuff. And nobody new cracking turning up in these challenges. None of the new characters. I don't think they've changed these challenges an awful lot from much of the original characters. You can see Biggie was a fairly new character at one stage, but now even he's getting a bit long in the tooth in WWE Immortals world. Something else I've got to try and contend with too is obviously playing without looking down all the time. I can at least see the game up on my PC screen, which is acting as a monitor. But what I'll do as well is I should hopefully have enough cash, enough coins here to buy a pack at the end of all of this as well. So we'll buy a gold pack. See what we can do. So it's 8 AM where you are, Fireproof, yeah? So whereabouts are you? You're in, you sort of New Yorkish way? You're on the East Coast, are you? 5 hours behind us. Thanks, Dawson, for letting me know everything's cool. That's what I need to know. Because I don't have Ninja Boy to look over my shoulder or quickly look things up on his iPad, you see. See, when he's around, I can turn him into my gopher. He can run round and check things for me. It is just gone 1 o'clock UK time. As I mentioned, I've got to be out of here at 5. Thankfully, Ninja Boy's mum's picking him up from school, which is about 3:30ish UK time when the schools kick out. So that, if you have got things lined up for the afternoon, that does tend to interfere. Roman regains his plaited beard. Right, John Cena. There's several WWE stars missing through injury, which I'm sure has contributed to AJ Styles being used and Triple H being champ. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a few other faces making a reappearance or cropping up. A couple of the older faces. I mean, The Rock turning up the other day was fantastic. The way he took over Raw. But they're going to need more of that type of thing. Whilst there's no Randy Orton, and that's for Daniel Bryan. It's like the man that time forgot. Right, what I will do, when we get to the end of this level, just to sort of break up, it's the triple bearded Sheamus. They could do with updating these paintings, actually, couldn't they? These were all done for the start of the game. But you got the first and 100th heart. Well done, Sexy Wombat. Great effort. Great effort. I'll just get rid of Taker here. What I'll do is when we get to the end of this challenge 3 is we'll take a look at the characters that I have got. I'm not doing this very well. Just take your time. Don't panic. It's just difficult. I don't think I've played Immortals live before, so concentrating. I've played it while Ninja Boy's alongside me and let him do some talking while I'm doing the chiselling when we've done the recorded videos. But it's very different on live stream, isn't it? You're trying to read what people are saying. Hey, JP Med 17. You're trying to read what people are saying and pay attention and think about what you've got to do and think about real life as well. Let's quickly edit the team. Let's chuck a couple of other silvers in. Obviously, the slots 2 and 3 are immaterial because slot 1's doing all the damage. So what we'll do is just get some juice for triple her, and then we're good to go again. Right, come on, don't pause on me now. Don't pause on me now. Have you had problems, those of you playing Supercard, WWE Supercard, have you had problems with the game pausing and then crashing on screen? I don't know if that's, I know Ninja Boy's had the same on his iPad. Particularly frustrating when you get to the end of a flipping bout on something like Road to Glory, when you've gone through 4 rounds of it, and then it freezes just before you're about to collect your rewards and it doesn't count the game. That's particularly frustrating. This Kamcord business, this is now our 3rd stream on Kamcord, and a few of you have tweeted us saying, what are you doing? We like the old style. Why have you changed it? And obviously we haven't changed things. What we're doing is we're just trying to up the ante a bit. So we're doing a few streams as well as doing the normal videos that we do. And the reason why I've put the first couple of streams on YouTube is obviously so people can see what we've been doing. Because without doing that, people won't know what we've been up to. So we will, of course, be doing videos the old way. We're not turning our back on how we used to do things. We're just changing things around a bit, giving a bit of variation. And what one might find is that Kamcord is going to be a useful way of doing things like WWE Immortals. Because, being honest, we're known for doing our WWE Supercard videos. They're the ones that sort of really got our following starting to grow fairly rapidly. So, of course, that's our meat and drink, if you like. Whereas these other games, I mean, FIFA's always going to get people watching, but things like Immortals and Jurassic World's another one. We'll stick the videos up, but it gets like maybe 1,200 hits or something. And the die-hard Immortals fans keep saying, oh, when are you going to do another video? But it's difficult when time's limited anyway to produce lots of different videos for lots of different games. But streaming on Kamcord may provide an outlet for doing things like Immortals. So that obviously you get a bit of live action. And on top of that, I can whack this up on a different part of YouTube, maybe in an Immortals section. And those guys who want to watch it later can watch it later. I do like as well the fact that you can download the videos from Kamcord to watch whenever you want. So you're not particularly tied to your Wi-Fi. Come on, come on, come on. Which is a useful asset. I wish there was more video providers would do that type of thing. Because you're not always in a position where you can get your Wi-Fi. Like if you go on holiday somewhere, it's quite nice to take a few vids to watch with you. If you want to take some gaming vids and chisel through a few while you're having a few beers in the evening or whatever you're doing, it's not a bad idea, is it? Not a bad way to spend a few hours. Right, Triple H is providing some manful support here. Thanks for the follow, Fireproof. Paige Mariotti, yes, Paige indeed. Although she's not doing a lot. I'm relying on Triple H. Probably what I could have done is, just to vary it, I could have brought some of the other characters in, but they're obviously going to take a little bit longer because I haven't geared them up. I've just got them, Triple H is multi-geared, and I just chucked the other two in to gain a bit of experience. Experience! Let's bring Paige in, what the hell. even though she's not got any gear cards on her. That's right, Warrior. She's got no gear cards on her. She should be able to withstand a bit of a pummeling, but not too much of a pummeling. She's certainly not dishing out much in the way of hits here, is she? It could take a long time. Imagine if I just played through this section with Paige, as she is now. I think it could take, it'd be a nice 6-hour stream. Yes, it would be, Warrior. Yes, I agree with you. With your pom-poms glowing in the dark. Alright, okay. I realise what I'm doing there. Oh, they've turned the tables. Now they bring Triple H out to face me. How dare they? How dare they? Do they not know who they're dealing with? Let's bring in the Lunatic Fringe. Go, do you know? It's more like it. Take that, and take that with you. I do love it when a character comes in and you're still in the throes of knocking out the previous character, and it continues. It normally happens the other way around. It's normally the AI of the game that does that to you. Right, let's just do a finishing move, because we haven't used this yet, have we? Boom! See Triple H with his West Ham shirt the other day. WWE does West Ham. And there we go. Not surprised, considering he's walked around with a hammer for most of his life. And he does the crossed hammer symbol, DX. Right, where are we up to? Got 70 grand on coins nearly. So we're well on our way to a gold pack there. So what other games have you guys been playing? It's Thursday, well, I was going to say Thursday morning, as Azrael Great Dragon has pointed out, it's Thursday afternoon. I started off this morning with, apart from getting Ninja Boy ready for school, with Clash of Clans, because I started a clan war, the first clan war with BadLadDad. And there's a few places, although we've got 50 members, I'd say there's about 3 or 4 floating places where people join up for a few hours and then disappear again. So there's still a chance to join. I think it's basically a question of timing. Just check through Clash of Clans. The team's called BadLadDad, as well as my character called BadLadDad. We've got in for our first clan war this morning. Well, it started this morning. And we were 20 stars to 7 up when I messed up my second battle. So do check us out there. There's of course Supercard, which a lot of the people who are following us and have followed us through to Kamcord are our Supercard fans. In fact, the Clash of Clans chat board in the BadLadDad clan was all about what everyone's doing for Road to Glory. So it tends to sort of hijack the other games, has to be said. Right. Dawson Dobson, 7 AM in Canada. Yeah, Ninja Boy's pretty cool, thanks. He's at school, as I mentioned. Of course, our time, when it comes to us doing our videos together, Ninja Boy, he'll be home at about 4 o'clock. He has to be in bed by 8 and he's got his homework and things to do. So during the week, it's actually quite difficult to sort out a time when we can sit down and do some recording, because naturally a Supercard video, we tend to speak for 30-45 minutes. And that is quite time intensive when you bear in mind you've got to set things up in the first place to get ready for recording. Who else can we stick in? Is it bronze and silver yet? Oh, yeah, she's 28. Let's chuck her in. Free mode. Let's find another girl. Let's put a girl in. Let's get the girls in. Let's put a sis. Let's get a sis in action. And let's just power up Triple H again. Right, so what we'll do, we'll just take this to the end, which will give us, I think we're due the bronze pack. In fact, no, let's do it in order. Oh, John Cena needs to be on our team for Challenge 2. Okay, well, let's go back to Challenge 3 then. Let's just finish this off. And this will give us our first of the rewards that you get on the WWE Immortals Challenge board, which would be a bronze pack. Second time round, you get 15k. Oh, Doom Clock. Doomkoff! And then you get, what do you get off the silver pack? And then you get the character itself. So, it should be fairly straightforward going. Now, what was I waffling on about? Dawson, I was saying I like the Dawson who's in Canada, yeah. Oh yeah, Ninja Boy. Yeah, so it actually takes about an hour just organising a half an hour video that we're recording. Then on top of that, as those of you who've now seen the live streams and the chaos that goes on with those, and compare it to what our normal supercard videos look like, as you'll see, there's a lot of post-production editing that I go through just to tidy things up. You've got to put the theme tune on, the intro, you've got the outro as well, talking about a clip from one of our other YouTube videos. So actually, it's a good couple of hours of editing that goes on, and on top of that, there's all the flipping processing time, which any of you who've done any kind of YouTubing will know. The processing of the video just on your own machine is long enough. Right, Paige, I think don't think she's level 7. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the characters. Where's my collection? My collection. I still don't get why in the store everything's done by bronze, silver, and then gold, but in your own collection it's done alphabetically. I don't understand the difference. I just do it one way or the other. Don't mix and match. It's just too confusing. Right, see, like, no, already I've gone wrong. This one's alphabetical, isn't it? So, there we go. There's Paggy. That'll bring her up to level 4. Very nice indeed. Whenever I need to use her. So, let's go back in action. Back to the challenge. One thing I did do is make sure I got enough challenge tokens before embarking on this. Right, John Cena needs to be on our team. So, it doesn't matter about the other two. Let's just edit team. Which Johnny Chunar should we use? Let's use the evolved character. Do we need to power him up? Let's just give him the ultimate BadLadDad gear card, because that's what we got to play with. Yeah, so just to finish that train of thought that I've very handily moved away from, who got 4,000? Oh, Sexy Wombat. You're very good at timing the hearts, aren't you? You got 5,000th heart, Sexy Wombat. I'm afraid I missed 4,000. I mean, 5,000 is generous enough in itself. Yeah, so, and then of course I've got to get Ninja Boy to bed and do all those sort of fatherly duty type things. So, just doing a half-hour supercard video in one evening can actually dominate the entire evening. Now, if you're trying to play a game at the same time, say there's a supercard event going on, or there's something like this, Immortals, where there's a limited time before the chance to get something runs out. It's ironic that making the videos can actually impede with you playing the games in the first place. And if you're not playing the games to a half decent standard, then people generally aren't that interested in what you're doing. So trying to find a balance between family life, games, recording and streaming, it ain't easy. But we're going to get there. We'll do it. We will find a way that this will all work. Now, whether it'll be a day like today where I've decided, because I'm going out at about 5 o'clock, well, 4 hours. I'll stop saying 5 o'clock because it's 5 o'clock different times around the world for you guys. I thought I'll stream this, and then I've got it recorded, and I can just whack that up for people who want to see Immortals. Tomorrow, Supercard, hopefully we'll do a proper video, because it's Friday evening. It's a lot easier on a Friday evening to do a video with Ninja Boy, because his bedtime gets extended a bit, because of course we've got a nice weekend ahead of us. So there's the 15k. Should we open the pack now? Let's go and open the pack now. Let's go mad. Now what normally happens at this point is I open a 75k pack, and I get Daniel Bryan or Trish Stratus. Because Daniel Bryan and Trish Stratus I've had as level 7 legendaries, gold characters, for months, and I just keep getting the same characters each time, and you end up selling them for 46k, I think it is. So anyway, let's have a look, see what we get, if it's anything worthwhile. Ultimate Warrior, I think I'm okay with Ultimate Warrior. Let's just go back and look at our collection. He is right at the back, isn't he, because it's alphabetical. Can you see him? I can see him, there we go. Yes, look at that, 4, so that brings him up to 5. That's very good. That's very tasty. It's very nice. Chiseling his way towards level 7. That's very, very handy. Right, now back to our board. I'm not getting too bored. Wombat, you're absolutely on fire. You've actually earned yourself a follow from Dawson Dobson, who's so impressed with your heart-giving and timing abilities. Right, Roman regains. Gotta get Big Roman on the team. So let's edit this team. What was that? Is that something I can gear up Nikki with? Nicky Bella. There you go. Let's upgrade that. Very nice indeed. Nice little upgrade. Right, who do I need? Need Big Roman, don't I? He's a bit slower in this game, have you noticed? The various characters. It's a bit more cumbersome. Not quite as slow as Big Show. But, to use the Hound. I haven't got 3 Roman Reigns characters. As you can see, I've got level 7 for the bronze. Let's put Seth in. He can power up. And, as usual, let's give him a touch of that. Look at that. The regen, the adrenaline. The crit chance on Sig 1, the adrenaline drain on Sig 1. That is pretty impressive if you can remember to actually put the card in the slot. Then it's pretty impressive. Otherwise, it's pretty non-existent. Let's get back into action. Right, I'm going to try and make quick work of this. How are you guys getting on then? All 33 of you. I'm amazed we've even got 33 because what I have found, particularly with Kamcord, is you tend to get a much better audience later in the evening. Because that, if you think about it, in the UK, if it's, say, 9 o'clock in the evening UK time, or 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock's a better example, then it'll be 5 o'clock East Coast time in the States. So it's not a bad time to be streaming. In fact, if you could wait till sort of midnight, 1 o'clock in the UK in the morning, that's good. People have piled out of the pubs and clubs in the UK, because obviously we go out drinking every day of the week, and are looking for some entertainment when they get in. And people in the US, it's going to be sort of 8 o'clock-ish in the evening. So you're going to get both audiences then. Whereas at this time, as you guys have already been pointing out, 7 AM in Canada, 8 AM where Fireproof is in the States. So that's not the best time to be streaming in terms of a worldwide audience. But it was a question of, do I do it now or do I do it not at all? And I thought, well, let's do it now. See how we get on. See how we get on. Oh, the stream froze. Well, that's not good. How's it looking now? Is it looking any better? Ninja Boy's reaction to his Legendary Pros prices, yeah. That's one of the nice things is Ninja Boy does watch an awful lot of YouTube videos. And there's a lot of the guys he watches, particularly the old FIFA YouTubers, who their reactions now are just, you're so familiar to see them going potty over pulling out a legendary card or a Team of the Week card or something. But then they're running about 12 different accounts. And what they're going to do with those cards, they're not either trashing them or giving them away or something. Whereas Ninja Boy puts his heart and soul into WWE Supercard. And he, those reactions you see are his honest and pure reactions. And we've had a couple of upsets. I remember in Season 1, it was his first Survivor card was a support card. And he was so upset. And he did his best not to start crying on camera. And I just had to put my arm around him during the recording and say, look, never mind. It will get better. It's just one of those things, and it'll be used, all the things you'd expect your dad to say. And but then as soon as we'd finished filming, it took me about an hour to console him properly because he was devastated. He'd been so looking forward to getting a WWE star. And I actually said at the time, that's something Cat Daddy, you would could think about. There's an awful lot of youngsters play that game, and a lot of them do take it to heart, do take it seriously. And of course, they haven't got the cash to just go, oh well, I pulled a bad card there, I'll just go and buy a pack and get myself a different card. And to see that sort of instant reaction, particularly when the kid's upset, that actually makes you upset as well. And you think, well, why can't they have it that your first card, your first pull, is a guaranteed star rather than a support card? I mean, who really in this world wants to get a support card as their first card? You don't want that. You didn't want that, man. So, it's something I said at the time. I wish Cat Daddy would just guarantee that. At least they have sorted out that the enhancement cards don't count as your resets. But yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Right, I'm just gonna check something. We've got Right, sorry about that. Just making sure that everything's still working. Is the stream Dawson and Fireproof? Is the stream still okay? Is it still working for you guys? Has it died a death yet, or is it still firing on all cylinders? Because it's a bit of a concern. I would stop and try and check on my phone, but as I say, time's limited. I do want to get this done. And it doesn't make particularly good viewing if I'm creeping off, go to check things and leave you with an empty chair. I've seen that a few times. Now I understand if people have been doing a stream for like 3 hours, obviously you need a comfort break. You've got to have some sort of comfort break. You need a bit of comfort. But if you're just joining the stream, you turn on and you're looking at a chair, you're like, okay, what's all this about then? Some sort of performance art? What's going on? So I guess that's something else. What's acceptable in streams? Is it, how long would you leave it if you came into a stream, say you came in now, more than 2 of you, and you looked at what was going on, you saw that there was everything up on screen that you can see. Let's just recharge these boys. But I wasn't here. There was just an empty chair. How long would you hang around for to see whether someone would start streaming? Come on. Getting impatient now. Getting impatient. Want to get this done. We did try and do the WWE Supercard Mano Ninja Boyo, the Mano Ninja Boyo challenge as a stream the other day, but the lag wasn't just real, it was absolutely monstrous. It just wasn't worth trying to record it either. It wasn't having it. Whether that was our machine's fairly new, we've got some fairly decent high spec equipment as far as the PC's concerned. But whether it was the new camera we'd got plugged in wasn't helping matters, because if you think about it, you've got 2 iPads, a camera, a microphone, then you've got the desktop acting as a monitor as well. It's an awful lot of things running at the same time, which is all going to affect the computer's efficiency, and it's definitely going to affect the streaming ability. Look at that, nice £8,000. Coming very handy. Go, go, go. Thanks for the follow. What's that? Missed 5. I can't read the rest of it. Sorry, it's very small on my desktop because I'm worried about overlapping the live streaming part of the screen, and I've not been able to do the pop out as usual. What I did last time, the bit below where my ugly mug is on camera, where you can see it, below that previously was blank, so I actually popped out the chat there. But there's some WWE Immortals bits and pieces. Right, I can pause that. Can't pause the stream. Hello. I'm just recording something at the moment. Can I help you in about 10 minutes? Okay, bye. 10 minutes, half an hour, an hour. What's the difference? Resume. Right. Here we go, here we go, here we go. That was Ninja Boy's mum, who's very kindly just been out and done some shopping. And he's sitting outside in a car with a bootload of shopping. Now, what I could do is stop the stream and go and help her. Or I could just carry on for a bit and we'll see how we get on. And I think I'll just carry on for a bit. Don't tell anyone. And see where we go. Or at least get to the end of this level, because we're very close to it now. There's Paige again, the lovely Paige. Peggy-doo-doo. Right, come on Roman, do the job. Let's get it over with swiftly and quickly as we power on to Frontiersman Rusev, who, thank goodness, they've stopped the Dolph Ziggler-Rusev rivalry. That was just like, we've had enough now, guys, seriously. Been going on and on, but I feel a bit sorry for the Zigmeister, because from being a serious champion challenger in 2013, he's kind of lost his way a bit. In that great match against the Authority, he won 5 of it. He'd been knocked out 5 of the Authority's chosen gang, and then ever since then, they've not really known what to do with him. He's been sort of on the sidelines, and he's tried various tag team partners as well, and joining various teams. But it's not really used him to the best of his ability. So I wonder where he's going longer term. He did give an interview about 8 months ago, 10 months. No, it must have been a bit longer, because he was talking about he wasn't keen on former wrestling stars reappearing and suddenly being given shots at titles. Now that was a very unsubtle reference to Sting, because at that time Sting had there was a lot of hype about Sting coming in, which of course he did. So yeah, it must have been 18 months ago, I reckon. Perhaps that's what got him into trouble. Perhaps he should have kept his mouth shut. Because the WWE, as an authority, is not a very forgiving authority. It took Alberto Del Rio a good 6 months of getting his head down away from the WWE and keeping his mouth shut and getting himself extremely fit again to be welcome back. Right, what are we up to now? Match results. We passed 7,000 hearts. I think my chat mode's gone off because I'm not getting the alerts of who's doing what. It's frozen. Okay. That's not very useful. So unfortunately I can't now talk to you guys without stopping everything, which I don't particularly want to do right now. Yeah, Road to Glory in WWE Supercard. I've literally done the common and halfway through the uncommon card. I've just barely had a chance to look at it this morning. As I mentioned earlier, done some Clash of Clans. Clash of Clans! And dropped Ninja Boy off at school. And now I'm fighting the warrior with his golden pom-poms. Put your pom-poms down, son. Stefani. So I'm not particularly worried with Road to Glory, because it's a fairly straightforward. Once you're in Survivor Plus, it's fairly straightforward grind. The lower levels, anyway, because they're guaranteed wins, they're normally quite monotonous. You normally just tap in at the screen. But what I've found is useful recently is those Survivor cards that are perhaps not your more powerful cards that you've left to power up some other time, and you haven't quite got round to powering up their stats. The Road to Glory is quite a good way of doing it. Just make the bottom 8 cards of your 16-man squad 8 cards that need powering up. They could even be legendaries, so long as you don't skip out of Survivor tier. And it's a good way of earning the stats. So that's what I've done there. Right, let's do a free recharge, because I'm sure you would like to see an advert. And I'd like to see an advert. And it's an advert for lots of... Oh, make your city epic. Can you guess what it is yet? Can you guess what this game is? Lots of cranes and cars. Make it unique. Make it wonderful. Make it glorious. Make it glowing. In the dark. Stick a hot air balloon. A blimp. Every city needs a blimp. I could be that blimp. Make it faster. Come on, make the video faster. Get on with it. Sim City build it. Right, and has that given us a free reset? There we go. Right, that'll do for one. Well, I don't particularly want to... What I could have done there, I suppose, is just change the team. Just change the team up. But I didn't. Right, here we go. What would be useful on the chat mode as far as trying to monitor what's going on would be to see the time on it. Talking of chat modes, were any of you playing WWE Supercard Wednesday evening UK time, which would have been sort of lunchtime-ish US time, in the global chat mode? Because there was a bit of an invasion of the YouTubers. We had Superzom and Luigi and Edward and Edge Punk, myself. We all just jumped into global chat for 5 minutes, and I kind of wish I didn't, because not only did it go into meltdown, but I'd forgotten about whisper mode, where anyone can whisper you, and I was just like, can I join your team? Can I join your team? Can I join your team? And I couldn't keep up with it. I couldn't answer everyone, so there's probably quite a few people out there thinking, well, he's rude, doesn't reply to his messages. But as soon as I was reading them, they were disappearing because the screen was refreshing with all the new messages. So what we'll do here, let's just be a bit canny. If we leave that one off, And Triple H has to be in Challenge 5. Typical. Let's build the team for Challenge 5, and we can use it in Challenge 4 as well. Just to finish that one off. Alright, Triple Her. Let's use the Skull King. I like the Skull King, I like that character. Pretty nifty Skull King. Who else can we use? Who else is quite nice? Quite an exciting character. I do like Randy Orton, I have to say. I wish we'd get more Randy Ortons. Oh, let's use Macho Man. He needs powering up. And excuse me. What I needed to do there, just didn't. I suppose it wasn't essential, but just give Triple H that and his own crown. I'm sure you've seen that, but there you go. The golden crown, which gives an extra boost for Triple H himself. So let's go back into action. Skip out of there. Let's go back into this final bout. Oh, you idiot. You idiot. Needed to have Roman Reigns on that team, didn't we? Oh well. What I'll do, next team change, we'll get Roman Reigns and then we'll go and collect that reward. How are you guys doing in Road to Glory? I can just about make out your messages. I can see Dawson Fireproof talking down the bottom there. I can just about make out your messages. So, are you guys actually playing Road to Glory right now? Yeah, you're right there, Fireproof. I didn't realise, I mean, I really don't bother with global chat because, to be honest, there's no need to go in there. But reading some of the messages, there's just like people saying, I need a girlfriend, I need a boyfriend. And various other things. Girls, can you whisper me? It's like, you don't even get to see a profile picture on these things. And even if you did, do you ever trust a profile picture? Unless, of course, you've seen 300 YouTube videos from that person, in which case you kind of guess it's them. It's a weird place. It's a weird place to hang out. Thank you, Cool Guy Me, for following. Yeah, so the global chat takeover was fun for a few minutes, and then it just got a bit hectic, and then I was like, whoa, I've had enough. I'm stepping out of this. And I think the others followed fairly soon after. Come on, John Cena. What we could try and do is, rather than just me tapping away, is just let him get hit a bit more and then see his finishing move. I'm sure those of you who play this regularly have got the Skull King anyway. I'll just let him get battered a bit, just to build up some streak of yellow in his boxes. Right, don't win too quickly, just take a few hits. So I'm just deliberately letting myself get clobbered a bit here, so that we can get up to the point where he's got his finishing move enabled. Well, this should do it, hopefully. It's coming up, right, there we go. Skull King! I do like this. Up the hammers! It's great animations, and I have to say the graphics in this game are pretty impressive. Not just the actual look of them, but the moves that they've got people doing. And of course they've got the voice clips from people, the genuine voice clips, but the moves, some of them are just, it's uncanny the way they've mimicked the way that people stand, the way that people move. It's pretty incredible. I have to say, it's possibly the most impressive thing about the game. Back again, 23. Welcome aboard. Alright, here we go. We're slowly but surely making our way towards Frontiersman Rusev. Rusev, not one of my favourite characters in WWE, it has to be said. But if there's a card to be had, a character to be nabbed, a challenge to be met, then we're going to take it on. Take it on to the next level. Albeit that there's probably only 3 hours left to get to the next level, so that ain't going to happen today. So I'll have to make do with just the one. Just the one Rusev. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Because Stone Cold said so. He's going down. And that's... Oh, he's got me there. That's the bottom line. love the way that the Stone Cold Steve Austin character is based around beer cans. Hitting people with beer cans and drinking beer cans. Good beer related character. I can really relate to that Stone Cold Steve Austin character. Well, we're up to 20 odd grand again already, having spent 70 odd. Right, let's edit this lot. What we're doing, edit. Who do we need? We need Roman Reigns, didn't we? So we can go back and finish off challenge 4. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, typical. He's not quite ready. Alright, lads, we'll leave you for the time being. Let's call him Steph. Why not? Call him Steph and Stinger. Steph and Stinger. Recharge old Scully. Actually, what we'll do... Oh no, let's just get on with it. What we'll do is we'll get on with it. Instead of just sitting there thinking about it, we'll get on with it. Hello, Bowler. Good to see you, fella. Styles v Jericho, yeah, could be an interesting feud that's going to continue. Well, it started off in a... Oh, dear, I didn't do that very well, did I? Started off in a bit of a strange fashion, where Stylesy was giving his interview to Renee, the lovely Renee, girlfriend of the Lunatic Fringe, the Lunatic Girlfriend, and Chris Jericho came along, sort of giving it the big I am, and then they've had their sort of kind of handshake, and then Jericho shoving him out the way, saying, "No, I'm the one who goes first." So it was all a bit sort of patty cake, really, wasn't it? Not serious. So it'd be interesting to see if that is fully developing, or whether that's something. I mean, they're very quick to drop things when they realise that actually it's not really capturing the imagination. I mean, Mex America with Zeb on his little motorised scooter, and Alberto Del Rio. It was a bit bizarre when they came to London, because when they came through the curtain at the O2, and Zeb was on his scooter and Alberto Del Rio was there, and Zeb was basically saying who wants to be in the UK, what a crummy country it is, Mex America would be far better, and it's just saying basically you're all a bunch of haters. And then Alberto Del Rio virtually said the same thing. And whether he'd forgotten his words, or they were ill prepared, or they were making it up as they went along because they hadn't had a chance to prepare a script properly. Come on, make your move. I don't know, but it didn't really work. It was people were just like, well, get on with it then. If you don't want to be here, get off. Get the next fight going. So Mex America lasted for what, 3-4 weeks, and then they've moved on. So we've got League of Nations now, which is a much more exciting prospect with some unruly characters. But at least it means that people like King Barrett are getting more of a bit more airtime. As for Bo Dallas doing his rap the other day, man, not a funny in a terrible way. It's a bit like New Day, though. I have to say, when New Day first got together, I was like, I don't get this. What's this all about? But they very quickly latched onto the fact that people thought they were a waste of time and loved booing them, and they turned it round. They've sort of become the lovable rogues, haven't they? And this whole idea, they know that the L for the unicorn horn obviously also stood for loser, and then of course is what The Rock called the unicorn horns on their heads, something to do with llamas, which I won't repeat now, just in case. It is 1:45 in the afternoon. I don't know the age group for you guys watching. How old are you guys, by the way? I know that's a rude question to ask, particularly if there's any ladies out there. But are you guys sort of got some time off school, time off college, just sitting around generally enjoying a day off work? What are you doing? Are you school age? Or are you older, like me, a lot older? Right, come on. We're getting there. You're 11, Dawson. Top man. I assume you are a man, or a boy, or a young adult. Because we do find that predominantly our audience does tend to be male. So you've got 3 years on Ninja Boy. Ninja Boy's 8. But the way he plays his games sometimes, you'd think he's a lot older, because he's can more than hold his own. Particularly, he's playing the can't remember what the preamble to it, but it's the Creed boxing game at the moment. It's tied in with the Rocky films. And he's doing very well. He's doing very, very well. Right. I need to get Roman Reigns, didn't I? So, to finish Challenge 4. So let's see, has he got 3 bars yet? My Roman characters. Roman Reigns, where are you? Right, there he is. Let's bring him in. And who else can we bring in? Should we bring in Swashbuckler Seth? Yeah, let's do that. Right, back. Back to back. Let's go to Challenge 4. This should let us in now. We'll just power up Triple H. And we should be able to go, go, go. Now this will give us the silver pack, won't it? So that's 4 rows. Will be 4 rows completely done. And very close to Rusev. You've got an 8-year-old brother, have you? Fireproof. You've just left school as well, have you? 32. Good on you, fella. Yeah, it is amazing when you look at the age of the people who get stuck into the games. It really is no restrictions. These golden pom-poms, waste of time. Put them down, fella. Any of you followed Supercard and obviously followed Biggie Dude's dad, Biggie Dad. I think it was 79. I mean, there is no age limit to this. It doesn't matter whether you're 8 or 80. You can just get stuck in and enjoy the games. And if you want to get involved in the chat, you can. And if you don't, that's fine. You can just chisel away and watch other people get on with it. But I'm glad to see that it's not just like a particular age group, because it just broadens out the audience, broadens out the things that people are interested in. But also, you like people of different ages to like things that you like. You don't want to feel that you're the only people who are playing along with them. And of course, the beauty of some of these games, a lot of these characters that crop up in these WWE games, well, some of them are no longer with us. Some of them haven't been around for ages, and yet there's people like Ninja Boy who loves wrestling history. He loves watching WWE Network and looking at the old WrestleManias. So it's just as much fun for him to play with the old characters as it is to see the new characters in town. You've got an 8-year-old brother, have you, Dawson? Is that the only other person in your family? Is he a gamer as well? Does he play these games? The Rock! That's pretty cool, because my Rock is, if you'll pardon the pun, chiselling along quite nicely. See what I did there? What am I doing? Collection! Let's have a look. Oh, it's Brock. What's he got? Has he got a boost? Oh, that'll take him up. That's nice. That's him done to the full on move 1. Sick move 1. Right, The Rock. Here we go. Has that taken him up to 4? Very nice. He is moving along quite nicely. I just need to get him up from 29. Need to look at that. Need to start rounding off some of these characters. Right, how long have we got to go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more bouts, and we're there for Rusev. Right, oh, we need to take Roman out now, don't we? He's done his bit. I'll tell you what. Where's that Rock character that we were just looking at on 29? He's full, isn't he? Let's get him a little bit of experience. Yeah, I have to say, you don't gain much experience for your characters in these games. Oh, well done, Dawson. So you're good at PCC, are you? That's I have to say, out of all of the events, the one that's hardest for me at Supercard is the PCC. But the reason for that, as I mentioned earlier, you could probably expect, if you've got an 8-year-old son to look after, and obviously trying to chisel in some work when it crops up. I'm working freelance at the moment. So I can't just like sit down and chisel away at the games and not worry about anything else. You know, there's all sorts of fatherly duties I need to be attending to. So PCC is, as you all know, a real grind. And so that's the one I've struggled with the most. So I only got the one Jack Swagger card. But I did get Chris Jericho. And was Chris Jericho? No, I don't think it was PCC in there. Well, I can't remember now. But certainly, yeah, I think he was, wasn't he? I can't remember. Can you remember? Someone help me out here. I can't remember. It is just such a tough game to play. But what I tend to find with PCC is you can't leave it a day and then join in, because you're never going to get yourself up into the leading places. Whereas if you start well on the first day, and I think I was something like 400 and something at the end of day 1. When I woke up the following morning, I was only down to 700 and something, and after a good few hours chiselling, I was into the 200s. So it's a lot easier doing it that way than coming at it fresh after it's already been running for a day, and your 30,000th and your 20,000th and your 10,000th and it. I think as well that's quite a dispiriting way of playing it, because you just think it's such a long target trying to get up the thousands to get into the hundreds. And you're playing, it's a very long catch up to be playing. Whereas if you've already crafted a little place for yourself, there's someone else who's on our team, I think they went to bed and they were something like 48th, and when they woke up they were only 63rd or something, so they'd, in the grander scheme of things, they'd barely dropped down, but that's because those people at the very top end chisel so many points. There's some pretty tough work going on there. So it obviously is easier now to get the PCC card, because you can get it in the top 2,150 I think it is, rather than just being in the top 200 to get both cards. Right, we're nearly there, slowly but surely. We're crafting our way towards it. How long have we been streaming for? So it must be 50 odd minutes. Again, I can't see the clock because it's too small. And my eyes are fading, I'm getting old. Yeah, it's a lot easier doing PCC when you're on holiday, isn't it? Oh, 12 grand, that's quite useful. What happened, Fireproof? How come you didn't get those two characters then? Were you? I see people getting booted down a few levels after the game has sorted itself out, which must be so frustrating if you think you've finished high enough to get a character and then it boots you down. Right, let's just use somebody else, shall we? Who should we use? Let's use Daniel. Daniel Bryan. Put the loads again and the big red monster. There we go. I want. Do we need something? Oh, we need Triple H. Okay. It's always bossing me around, this game. It's bossing me around. So let's just put a different Triple H in. Let's put him in. Right, then we can go. Let's just use our favourite card. Those gear cards. I mean, I know people have hacked this game, and I know they've got themselves unlimited credits and they bought every gear card going through packs and things, but I don't think that's possible on iPad and iPhone, or at least not if you've got machines that haven't been cracked. So this has all been done legitimately, and it's been a hard slog, I have to say. So those gear cards, particularly, trying to generate all the gems you need to power things up, and I guess you could say that I've got too many gear cards. We'll take a look at them in a second. But the ones that I've kept are either the special event cards, or they're the I should use Daniel Bryan from the start, shouldn't I? Let's just powering through it. Or they're the specific cards for specific WWE stars. So I'm a bit loath, a bit wary about getting rid of those just to generate a few gems, because they're quite good. Quite nice to have the right card for the right character. Right, how many have we got to go? Let's just have a quick look at these gear cards I'm prattling on about. So we've got 3, you've got 6 bouts to go, and then that'll be me done, people. So if you've got any questions or anything you want to ask, then let me know quickly. Yeah, Fireproof. Why is it that you're not getting the cards you want in WWE Supercard in the PCC? Is it because you're getting ranked lower down after the event's finished? What was I looking at? Collection. Gear cards. Right, so as you see, there's a few of the event cards at the top end there. Then Vince McMahon's microphone, sort of a bit of a random one. But then all of these cards are specific to certain characters. So I don't particularly want to get rid of those. And then back to the event cards again. So there's not really anything here that's expendable. There's nothing here that I want to get rid of. So it really is a case of any gear cards that I'm getting from the online part of the game, where every Wednesday evening it is UK time when it refreshes and it does the league table. Those are the cards that then get fed into these cards. Right, 6 bouts to go, and we're there with Rusev. So let's do this. Swagger finished 2140, then got dropped 2187. Oh man, that is a killer. That is a killer. I mean, I've seen people finishing one place below. Is it 2140 or 2150 is the cut-off, isn't it? There was someone who tweeted not so long ago where they'd finished 2151 on the same points as the person above them. I mean, that's just like a random choice that the other person made it and you haven't. I mean, that's hard to swallow, but yeah, that's pretty annoying, I have to say. I use strong language, but again, I'm aware there's people under the age of 18 watching us here, so I don't want to turn the airwaves blue. But man, I'd be kicking the machine if that happened to me, Fireproof. I have to say, I feel for you, bro. I feel for you. 5 bouts to go, nearly there. Dean Hambone doing his bit. Yes. No. Flip that. Bosh. Victoire. So I think, how many have we got to go? 4? Was it 4 left? 4 bouts left? 4 more bouts to go. 4 more bouts to sorrow. Oh, there we go. Look, I've got 4 charges. What the hey? For the sake of this video, let's just use them up. Let's use them and abuse them as they should be used. Thanks ever so much for these 7,900 hearts. So close. So close to the 8. You nudge me up to the 8. I do appreciate the those of you taking the time to join up. What will be a strange time for a lot of you. As I say, states-wise, it's still fairly early morning. But it was a case of, yes, it's generally better to do these streams late in the evening UK time because you get a global audience. But I'm not going to be around this evening. I'm going to be out. I'm going to be partaking of some of Her Majesty's ale with a few friends this evening. It's a long-deserved and well-earned meet-up with a few old buddies. I'm going to have a few beers. So I'm not going to be around this evening, so I thought, let's crack on and do this now. Otherwise it won't get done at all. And I do want to try and make sure that now we've started Kamcord, this is just our 3rd video, we only started at the last weekend. Now that we've started this, that we continue it, because there's no point just doing 1, 2 and then leave it for a month. You've got to do this kind of thing regularly. Oh, network errors, mate, yeah, they are horrendous. 2250, man. I tell you what, I'm surprised you're still playing PCC Fireproof after that. We are playing Agario, Dawson. It's just recording it. I don't know if you remember the video that we got up where Ninja Boy was first off showing me. I think what he did was he was playing a match and then he was showing me how to play. It's quite a complicated setup because I had to have him on the PC and I was on my MacBook further over in the room. But I couldn't be too close to him because my mic was picking up him and his mic, so you're getting feedback. There's then trying to chisel the 2 displays onto camera to record it. It's just quite a complicated setup to record it. What I'll probably do is just get Ninja Boy to do some Agario on his own because he's much better at it than I am. He's got the patience for it too. And as he proved when there's the video, I'll try and put a link somewhere on the YouTube version of this later. I'll put a YouTube link up. He was very good at doing the commentary. Right, so what we need to do here, let's just chill out for a bit. Let's watch a nice video. Nice little video. Free advertising for whatever the hell this is. Someone's bingo. What is this? Some other god-awful thing I never want to play. Yeah, it is bingo. Very nice. Just give us a free credit so we can move on. See, games don't have to cost money, kids. You can just watch boring things. It's a rude word. Right, here we go. Frontiersman Rusev. This is what we're here for. This is what we've been waiting for. And now, finally, this is what we're going to get. Frontiersman Rusev. The man is triple-bearded Shamus. Looking on, trying to look menacing, but looking quite stupid, as he does in real life. Adrenaline rush. Right, here we go. Now, does he think he looks like a bear or something? Is that the idea behind this? He's a Russian bear, even though he's not Russian? That didn't quite work, did it? Well, he's going to need to be a lot stronger in battle if he's going to last in the BadLadDad crew. And here we go. Frontiersman Rusev is ours. He's been done. He's been cuffed. Oh, look at that. 42,000. Okay, we'll save that for next time. So, confirm. We have got the card that we wanted. With 3 hours to spare, we have a new card. We have completed the challenge. Challenge will now reset. Give us 25 credits, and we can wave goodbye to the challenge, because I'm not going to do that in 3 hours. That's rickadoodless. That ain't never going to happen. But what we will do is now go into the, rather than go into the collections, go into the store, because Rusev should have been added to the characters that are now available. And of course, they file them in the gold section. Right, there he is. Because what they do is they do this. And you can scoosh it around with your finger. You go, ooh, that looks nice. You can see him in action. Ooh, ooh. So there we go. That's what we're looking at. Frontiersman Rusev. When he does any signature attack, he goes into a what? Really? A feral state? Is that like like Texas? What are they on about? And 211k if you actually want to buy one. Okay. Well, there we have it. That'll do. WWE Immortals is our first Russian Bear Rusev. Indeed, Dawson. Thanks very much for following. Those of you who have tuned in live, thanks very much for watching on YouTube later, if that's how you've watched it. This was WWE Immortals, and this is probably how we're going to do WWE Immortals in the future. Because the YouTube videos don't get that many hits. Obviously, the stream here has hardly had any hits either, but at least this way, it's a bit of live action. There's a bit of chat going on that you can follow on with too, and you want to join in with, then obviously come and follow us the next time around. Anything anyone wants to say? This last chance, say something. Fireproof, do you want to tell Daddy whether they can shut off their game? Or no? No, okay, that'll do. As I always say, follow us on Twitter, @BadLadDad. Yes, bye Dawson. Peace out yourself, bro. If you follow us on Twitter, @BadLadDad, to find out when our videos are coming out, and now obviously when our live streams are going to happen. And if you've got any suggestions for other games, now Clash of Clans, the reason why I've started playing Clash of Clans, or in fact started a couple of months back, was because you all kept suggesting it, even though it's a couple of years old. But it's new games that are more interest. New games are more interest, so please, if you've got any suggestions that way, games for us to check out. Now, Clash Royale is something that everyone's talking about. We haven't got it in the UK yet, but as soon as we get it, don't worry, we shall be downloading it and playing it. I'm sure Ninja Boy will want to get involved in that too. So that will be something to look out for. But until then, thanks ever so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon. And now you get to see me fumbling about, trying to turn everything off. Thanks ever so much for following, guys. Particularly you, Dawson and Fireproof, for sticking with me. I think through most of the stream. That's an hour's worth. So well done for the endurance rate, fellas. Have a good day, and this is me signing off.